What's up, Wikimaniacs? On today's episode, we have an OP who gets revenge on their bully. A partner mistakenly jokes about cancer. A partner secretly understands their boyfriend's language. A facepalm post that will make you facepalm. And OP makes an unlikely friend. And as usual, we end our episodes with a segment by the Amazing Underbakke where we rate that date. For patrons, we have a guy who just doesn't understand hints very well. So head on over to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network to hear that bonus story, ad-free episodes, and additional content. Reddit on Wiki starts right now.
Get therapy.
I'm not reading.
Get therapy.
What's up, Wikimaniacs, and welcome back to another Monday Reddit Readings episode. It is I, your punny Pinoy John, joined, as usual, by the dashing, the handsome, the sensual, ran out of adjectives, but the sexiest dudes in the world. We got Josh. We got Sean. What's up, brothers?
How's it going?
Whoa.
Sensual seemed a little bit over the line, but I appreciate the rest of it.
Sensual.
You can't give him any bait, Josh. You know he's gonna
I realize
zoom in on it. What are you doing?
That's the whole episode now.
The seductive Josh. If you sign up for our Patreon, there might be some shirtless pics hidden in certain tiers.
I don't think there is, unless
We've done that without his consent.
Sell the bit, Sean. Come on, I thought you were with me, brother. All right. Well, this episode is actually going to be very special. So we've had a common theme that we've been having the past couple weeks, and it's time to spotlight and celebrate one of our GOATs.
Ooh.
So today we're going to have an Oops All Mary Gets episode.
Holy. All right.
That's got to be a first
So that
time. That's got to be a first time
This
ever.
is a first time.
Well,
This is
technically
unprecedented.
not, because Midscore and Rebecca came on and
That's
did
true.
full episodes of stories
Of
they
their
brought.
choosing.
So it's similar to that.
That's
but-
true. That's true.
Yeah. But
is
spotlighted
true.
GOAT episodes are the best, so I love this.
Yes. So Josh will only be playing the GOAT button probably once this episode. So for those haters that I see that are saying no GOAT buttons, this is my compromise for you.
People hate the go button.
It's the new Civil War. People are like, I love the new GOAT button, and other people are like, please
I
get rid
hate
of the GOAT
GOAT
button.
button. You can't have it all, people.
Wow.
I saw the dollar signs in Sean's eyes. So Venmo Sean to
Yeah. Fucking. Why am I not hearing about these complaints? They're truly not that important if you're not Venmoing. So I guess they're staying.
We need to hear that.
the GOAT is staying.
It is for now.
For now.
Unless you
Unless I'm
Venmo Sean.
Venmoed otherwise. I don't know what to say.
All right, so we got 5 stories today, and let's start it off with a good old r/malicious compliance. So the title for this story is Thieving Bully Demands I Take Him Home in Order to Give Him My Fundraising Earnings. I comply, and it works out beautifully for me.
Okay, so
Here we go.
theft.
Pretty much. Theft and bullying.
Yeah.
2 no-nos.
Yeah.
I was in middle school in the 90s, and I loved growing up then, and even though there were gangs in my area, I generally avoid trouble. One of my classes had this big field trip planned, and they had us selling chocolates to raise money for our trip. I was pretty good at it and was selling at a good rate. I would take the bus, and they put public transportation, to school, and my stop was about 2 blocks from my home. I got off at my stop one day with my box of chocolates, and there was this older kid, around 16 or 17, pretty big for his age, hanging out there. He saw me and came towards me. This guy is clearly a gangbanger. Their name? Payaso. The clown, I think, is the translation for that. So Payaso comes up to me and says, "Hey, homie, where you from?"
Whoa.
He was asking what gang I was from. It's not the first time I get challenged like this, so I just reply, "I don't bang, man. I'm just a junior high kid." Payaso looks at my box of chocolates and takes it from me. "What's this?" I tell him it's nothing. It's something for school. He opens the box and sees a bunch of dollars in there. He grabs the bills, and they put around $15 my sales for the day, which was a lot back in the 90s, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Not bad.
My allowance was like $5 a week.
I don't think I
That
had
was
one.
quite a bit.
Not in the 90s anyways. 2000s. I think.
Ugh. He grabs the bills and takes a bunch of chocolates as well. Tomorrow you're going to give me $20 more. If you don't, we're going to have a real fucking problem. I walk away feeling scared and pissed off. I realize I'm going to have to pay back the lost money for my birthday money. And I definitely didn't want to give this guy any more money. I think about it and decide I'll get off at a later bus stop from now on and walk a little more just to avoid this guy. The next day, this is what I do. I stuff my box in my backpack just in case, and I exit about 2 stops later. I don't see the guy and think I have solved my problem. Then I get to the liquor store a block away from home, and who do I see but this overgrown idiot, Payaso. Hey man, you didn't forget about me, did you? I said, look man, I don't have any money right now. I don't even have my chocolates. I left them at home. I shouldn't have said that. Okay, let's go to your house and you're going to give me the money or something else if you don't got it.
I gotta say,
I
don't know if this accent is appropriate or not.
Payaso?
No, that's fine. The rest of this guy's voice, I don't know if that's fine or not.
I don't know. I have friends that are not friends, but like I've met people that are like in gangs and shit, and the cholo. this is kind of what I vision.
I just would hate to hear a cholo give a Filipino accent. You know what I'm saying? So I would tread lightly.
Do you want me to go back then, Sean?
I mean, you're doing the accent, not me, and I'm making it known here that I feel weird about it.
And this is coming from a guy who does British accents terribly all the time.
The whites are getting what they deserved.
There are non-white British people.
Yeah, well,
it's true.
Well,
that's racist, actually, Sean.
Actually, I don't care. All the whites, I'll mimic all your accents. You think I care?
You know what? Hispanics and Filipinos, we're one and the same. We run the same blood. We got fucked by the same people, Sean. All right? I'll tell you that.
All right. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. I'm making a note to the Wikimaniacs there. If you're offended, I'm with you.
Make it a Canadian gangster.
I don't got it, eh?
That's better.
You want me to do that, Sean? All right,
it seems like even worse. I don't know. I can't tell.
Also, I've also been watching Breaking Bad a lot, so this is my best Tuco impression, all right? I begin getting real nervous. My mom is at work and my grandpa is home. I definitely don't want to bring him home with her there. I glanced at him and noticed the tattoos on his arms. And at this point, I saw the perfect opportunity for malicious compliance. I tell him, I don't think that's a good idea. Why don't you just let me go, man? And Payaso grabs me by the collar and says, I tell you what to do and you fucking do it. You understand? I nod my head and tell him to follow me. Now, it's time to give a little bit of background. My neighbor that lived in the house next to mine was a veteran of one of the biggest, most notorious gangs in the city. He was in his 40s and a real chill dude. He loved my grandma because she would often share plates of food she made with him and his wife, and he was fond of me because I taught his 8-year-old boy how to play baseball. His son had a disability, a problem with one of his legs, so most other kids wouldn't play with him, but I often did. Let's call my neighbor OG. OG always had a bunch of guys over at his house, and he made sure they never caused problems and they were as respectful towards my family in particular. Back to Payaso. The tattoos on his arms, I realized he was from the same gang as OG. I have a big smile as I'm walking home and Payaso asks me, why are you smiling, pendejo? I say, no reason, and keep walking home. As we get closer, I see a bunch of guys hanging out at OG's house. Payaso narrows his eyes, then smiles as he recognizes some of the guys. We get to OG's house and Payaso says, wait here, pendejo, let me talk to my homies. OG is sitting on his porch and Payaso starts greeting some of the guys and then heads towards OG and greets him in a reverential manner. OG notices me and says my name. Hey, OP, what's up? Payaso turns to look at me and I say, Payaso told me to wait here. I have to go home and give him money. OG stands up and says, why do you have to give him money? I say, because he told me yesterday at my bus stop that the $15 in chocolates he took from me wasn't enough and I had to give him more today. Payaso begins to speak. You know this kid, OG? OG gives him the scariest look I've ever seen and tells him to shut the fuck up. OG looks back at me and says, "Is this from the chocolates you were selling?" I said yes. And OG asked me how many chocolates I have left to sell. I say about 50. He tells me not to worry. Payaso is going to pay me for the 50 I have left, plus 20 for the day before, and an extra 50 for my trouble. He tells me to keep whatever else I sell, and he tells me to go home and Payaso would be back later with my money. About an hour later, there's a knock on my door and Payaso had an envelope and says, "Here's $120, little homie. I fucked up. I'm sorry. Do you have Nintendo? I brought you some games." I just stood there stunned and thinking how I never would have guessed that getting robbed had so many benefits. I didn't see Payaso too many times after that, but whenever I did, he would wave at me and never bothered me again.
Damn. I mean, other than Sean's complaints, I thought that was...
Which was quite surprising from my boy, actually.
Yeah, I'll do the white accents all day. You can't be racist against whites, in my opinion.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, karma served.
Yeah,
it did.
I think that's the
Nice.
first time I've heard like the malicious compliance subreddit not talk about fucking corporate life.
Work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a nice break from
The
that.
first, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of was working, selling chocolates for the man. You know what I mean?
He
That's
was
true.
working his way to a sales role.
Yeah. He's a
Yeah.
dick now.
I was gonna say I have a lot of experience in like this manner, and there's actually I'm going on to like a personal tangent. So I grew up in like Southeast San Diego, and Southeast San Diego was like notorious for like gangs, like violence, crime, illegal shit, and all that. I mean, I grew up in a fucking town called Nasty City, so like that says a lot.
That was the
as it is.
nickname,
official-
or like the
the official
official
name?
That's
town
the-
name
no,
is
it's
that.
National City, but the nickname is Nasty City.
Oh,
Could you
okay.
imagine?
So yeah,
It's like,
I mean,
wow.
where I lived was so bad. Like we were in gangland. I don't know if y'all ever seen that like A&E show, but
No.
yeah, it was just about like gangs all over the U.S. and Southeast San Diego was pretty bad.
That's wild. I went to National City multiple times, but I just like was like, oh, it's just like,
It's gentrified.
Well,
now,
I
like,
mean,
big time.
it's been a decade or two. But
Yeah.
like, I was like, oh, it's kind of, you know, because I guess I'm also from like Houston, which is also a big city. So I'm just, oh, it's just the city. Yeah, you know,
Same.
nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But I did, I wouldn't expect it to be, super gang violent. It's never surprising when it is, but
Oh man, like growing up, like I was always like, I got checked a bunch. I mean, I got jumped a few times, like growing up. But this is kind of like where I'm like going with personal story. Like when I was like younger, I did kind of hang around with like a wrong crowd, right? And parts of it was, with gangbangers and all that. So I had this best friend growing up, and this is kind of like something that eats me up like to this day, right? Like me and this dude were like close. We're like super super duper close, and like we're practically twins. Same initials, same height, same built, short as fuck, stocky as hell. And yeah, man, and we were just kind of start hanging out with some people. One thing kind of like led to another, and he kind of got drawn into that life, right? And it was one of those things where like he couldn't really separate the two from like hanging out and kind of being about that. So like we kind of like drifted apart, of course, and it kind of just sucks seeing him like go to prison several times. Like even when he had a kid, like he went to jail for like armed robbery and all that shit. And
Jesus.
it was just, I can see like, especially like in an area like this where like this is prominent, but gangs can be pretty scary, right? Like because some of the things that they do, but there are parts of neighborhoods where like gangs are like, they kind of keep the community safe at times too, which is pretty ironic. There's a little bit of order as long as you kind of know where you fit in type of situation, but some people just kind of take it too far, and it's a hard life to be around in. So I could see why people respect him, but at the same time there's a lot of fear involved in that shit too.
Oh yeah. I wish I had more
Yeah.
insight on this, but no gangs at all where I was from.
Oh gosh, we had everything. Like we had Bloods, we had Crips. Pyru was like one of the biggest in like my area. I mean, I live 15 minutes away from the Tijuana border, so there's always like cartel shit going around. I see bunch of people get kidnapped back in the day and you just can't say shit. So like there's parts of neighborhoods and like where I grew up where it was pretty rough. So nothing kind of like, so when I'm here living in a suburban life now and fucking, I'm like, oh, okay, this is nice. It's fucking quiet.
A lot different. Yeah.
A lot different. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Next story. Again, this is all a whole Mary Gets episode. The title of this one is "Today I fucked up by joking about my husband's cancer."
Ooh, I feel like
it's a tough thing. If you're not the one with cancer, I feel like maybe you shouldn't be the one making the joke.
I will say this. I guess some people use humor to, cope with some things.
For sure.
So I don't know.
And
maybe
it is your spouse, the person that you are closest to on this planet.
Okay. My prediction is that maybe her and her husband joke about it, like with a dark sense of humor, and then she joked about it in front of people.
Oh, and everybody was like, whoa,
what the
fucking asshole.
That's my guess.
That's a good guess.
That is a good guess. All right. This is how the story goes. So this happened about 8 months ago when my husband was undergoing treatment for colon cancer. And they put, he's doing great on immunotherapy now. We were still deep in it. Strong chemo, surgery. 4 months of feeling like you're constantly falling off a cliff. Then he had a good day. A great day even. He had energy, an appetite, no pain. He comes to my work at lunchtime and we go out to a gourmet deli / shop near me. My favorite deli. We're shopping, joking, picking out food for lunch and to take home for special dinner. We go to the cashier, order a sandwich, and stand there alone waiting. Posted on the register is a flyer about a rare form of cancer. It referred to it as an, quote, orphan cancer, one that doesn't get a ton of research dollars. My husband softly starts joking. Honey, it's an orphan cancer. We can give it a good home. It will be barely an additional work. Please, can we adopt the cancer? Not looking up from my phone, I respond much too loudly. No, we have cancer at home.
Oh.
Oh no.
And then I look up to 2 horrified staff members. My husband is now cackling, and I try to explain how we really do already have cancer. I have never been back. Too long didn't reach. I joked about having a cancer at home and I can never go back to my favorite deli.
Yikes.
Your husband set you up for failure on that one.
Yeah. I think you'd be fine to go back. There's more employees than just the 2.
Absolutely.
Maybe just next time you go, make it a point, throw some dollars in that orphan cancer bucket. Like, oh man, every time I come, I do this.
Oh god, that sucks.
Then we have a top comment on our subreddit from Far Lower Score Chart 9118. It is funny. Dark humor can be a coping mechanism.
For sure.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. So, which then another OP commented, Crafty Goddess 1025. Agree 100%. When I was going through chemo last year for breast cancer, I joked with my husband that I'd be saving money on hair care and personal grooming products for a while. And that was on the light side of the bantering we do. Also, I'm a firm believer that laughing in the face of cancer is a way of not only taking away its power, but delivering a hearty FU to this horrible disease, which good on y'all.
100%.
Yeah, I feel like laughter is a cure for a lot of things. With any like sort of tragedy, people will try to be like, well, we got to do something. Like I remember the SNL after 9/11 being like a prime example of people will be like, we got to fucking keep the show going. And I was like, do we? But I guess, that makes sense.
It actually reminds me of, do you guys know Hank Green? Big YouTuber, TikToker now.
I know.
His brother did A Fault in Our Stars. Like he wrote the book. Anyway.
Hank, he has glasses, right? I don't think I've watched anything, but I know his face.
Okay, anyway. So Hank he had cancer last year. And he was like, he's big on TikTok. And so he did a bunch of content on TikTok, talking about it, educating people, but also throwing in the jokes here and there to keep it light. And I think a lot of people appreciated that. people especially going through it or have loved ones going through it. So
I don't follow, but he's always on my feed. Another TikToker. Like he was like a comedian guy. I don't think it's this guy. I think his name's like Antonio or something like that. And he also got, diagnosed with cancer, was going through chemo, losing his hair, but he still made like comedy videos in between, or like he would do like his chemo visits and then make it like have jokes in there and stuff like that. So yeah, I think comedy is very important to life.
For sure.
I love dark jokes. The darker the better.
We know. We are very aware.
The better. I had so many times have to bite my tongue. I'm like, I can really say something dark right now, but I'm not going to do it.
On this show? You bite your tongue?
On this show. Oh, all the time. Oh, I could be worse, brother.
Oh.
You're getting a mild version of me.
That's insane to think this is mild.
This is mild as hell. I am holding back.
Damn. Well,
oh shit.
A Patreon all unhinged episode is what we needed.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
We'll just put it at the highest tier possible. There's not a lot of this. There's not a ton of those.
Get canceled. They're like, this fucker is crazy. And yes, I am.
He's going to therapy, guys. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've never graduated, and that's the whole reason why.
You can't graduate from therapy, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
it's just
it's
like
when you become a therapist. That's
Whoa.
Imagine me as a therapist, dude. The world will be fucked.
Yeah, I think you traumatize your patients.
Yeah. Didn't someone say they want that to traumatize people or something like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have a bunch of people's ideas that we have not initiated anything on.
That's true.
Even our own.
Even
our own.
All right. Next story. And this one is cross-posted from r/true off my chest. My boyfriend doesn't know that I understand everything he says in his native language during sex.
Oh.
You only understand him during sex? That's wild.
Yeah, out in the real life.
Crazy twist.
She doesn't have that power.
All right. Me, 22 female, and my boyfriend, 25 male, have been together for 3 years, and he's originally from France and moved to the States when he was 20. His native tongue is French.
Oh, that was my first guess.
Back in 2022, I began taking classes to learn French. I've tried keeping it secret from him so I could surprise him once I'm fully fluent. However, as I began understanding French more and more, I begun realizing that his dirty talk wasn't actually dirty talk.
Oh no.
I'm a sucker for accents, so listening to him just talk always got me off. But I realized he has been secretly complaining about me to me. And the complaints aren't big.
Oh.
He hates how long I take in a shower and the fact I eat all of the Nutella before he can get some. He hates that I stomp around like a monkey in the mornings and wake him up. Imagine saying that during sex.
That's crazy.
In French, that should probably sound sexy though.
I mean, probably.
Definitely. I mean, it's worked for years.
Yeah.
It's like, you eating all my Nutella? I don't know how to do French accents.
But wouldn't Nutella be a noun? She would hear him say Nutella?
I'm sure when it's happening, like I feel like when you speak French quick, it's just, it all sounds like Nutella.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It takes everything within me not to laugh while he's balls deep in me, calling me an obnoxious monkey and complaining about my cold feet touching him in the middle of the night.
I'm not gonna lie, that's like a kink for some. Some people would be like, oh yeah, fucking talk shit to me.
Degradation.
Degradation or degradation kinks.
Hey, there's a Wikimaniac that loves it when you talk, when you have your accent, Sean. So
that's not the same thing.
Are you satisfying that need for some of our listeners?
That's a humiliation kink. That's different.
That's a humiliation kink.
I love this man so much, and I can't wait to marry him. Oh shit. What's ETA? Is it edit to what? What does that mean on the?
I don't know. Estimated time of
arrival.
Yeah, that's what it means.
I mean, she's definitely coming. So like, that's one.
She has
thing,
arrived,
but I don't know. She has arrived, but they put throwaway because he knows my main. Also, it's not just mean shit. He says loving things too. However, that's not as funny as him being pissed off about not getting any Nutella. So,
apparently people misuse it on Reddit, and it actually means edit.
In what fucking?
I don't know.
Edit to something?
Analyze.
I have no idea.
Well,
Imagine, because this, I imagine, you're learning French and it's going to be like a sweet thing. Maybe when you get married or you'll break it out in your vows. But imagine you break this out in the vows and then he's just going to instantly be like, wait, not so sweet. How long have you fucking known French? Actually, I was
surprise, motherfucker.
I was shit talking you just last week.
Yeah, it'd
your
be funny
cold ass feet.
if you broke it out mid-sex when he starts doing it. Just start complaining about him now.
Oh man. Oh, speaking of French, I think there was a Wikimaniac that did a audio file of how to say camembert. I can't do that shit. We're Americans. We live in the States. We don't talk that way.
Wait, I thought you were saying it right. We're
in American terms, we were saying it right, but they have a special way of pronouncing it. I'm like,
give
I
your
can't
best
do
attempt.
That. I don't have that.
Best attempt.
I don't remember it. I just say camembert. Camembert.
Camembert.
That sounds pretty French to me.
Can't do it.
Well, it's just the.
I mean, he has a shot. He's not too far from Montreal.
It's across the border. A couple.
There you go.
I could be in Quebec in 20 minutes if I wanted to. Yeah, I think it's just the end. The E has an accent on it.
Oh, accent.
Whoa.
With the croissant. Accent makes me want a croissant. Oh my God. Gotcha. All right. So next story, and this one is from r/facepalm. I can't do Sean's neckbeard voice.
I honestly don't even know what it sounds like anymore. It's
been a while.
You've gotten away from it. It's been a while. Thank God.
You want to do this one to get your practice?
I don't hear what I'm not saying is what I'm glad it's gone.
Damn. All right. This one from r/facepalm. And the title is Devil's Doorbell. And it's just a picture of a guy who kind of has a neck beard. And it goes as this. Girls who masturbate, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong because that's how they spelled it. The clitoris is not meant for self-pleasure. It's meant for creating a child.
No,
morons.
Wait, that's so has nothing to do with making a child, I think. I mean, technically speaking, very not true.
That's like saying the nipples are used to make a child. It's like, no, it's part of the woman's body. Sure.
Do you know why you feel like garbage after you masturbate? That's because your clitoris is sending bad chemicals to your brain. By touching yourself, you are killing your body. That's the devil's doorbell. And if you keep pressing it, soon enough, he will answer. What? The clitoris is called the devil's doorbell.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
We really should have hit him with that sound, the fucking does this guy fuck. This is the most classic does this guy fuck that we've done in a long time. This is
my God.
Insane. He's never felt a woman's touch.
Who wants to put money that he masturbates 5 times a day?
He masturbated while writing the post.
Yeah. Well, degraded.
I do that and I would never write shit like this, Josh.
Not everyone that does it. I'm just saying.
How dare you?
The hypocrisy is probably there, is what I'm saying.
It is. The hypocrisy is crazy, bro. And chances are that fool probably just beats his own meat just because no one is going to want to touch his dumb ass. There is a comment from our subreddit from LMYRS. They put, wait, who's feeling like garbage after masturbation?
Yeah.
Those people are doing it wrong. No, the devil's doorbell is literally a laugh out loud description. I quite love it. Which then different lower score big 5876 commented, ding dong.
I gotta say, Devil's Doorbell is actually a pretty fucking rad name for.
That'd be a sick, like,
quite literally anything. Yeah, like a heavy metal band or like a clothing brand. Just any kind of name. That's fucking sick.
I've already pictured the
Janelle.
t-shirt where it's like Devil's Doorbell and then it's like a doorbell in the middle.
Or it says
Janelle at?
Devil's Doorbell, and it's just a straight up clit on a shirt. That'd be fucking insane.
We gotta make money off of this summer.
That reminds me of a personal story. Like back in when I was, I don't know how old I was. It's more so my sister's story. I think one of her friends had just gotten a piercing in high school, like on top of the ear or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Cartilage. What's the cartilage? Top.
Sure. Right here, right on top.
I'll assume. Yeah.
Septum.
Septum, maybe.
Is it called?
But they got like a different piercing than a usual one. And then one of the guy friends was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you pierced that." And then she was like, "Why?" And he's like, "I don't know. I hear like, can you pierce a clitoris?" And she goes, "A what?"
Oh,
and he was like, "A clitoris." like you can't do like
He pronounces it like this guy.
clitoris, right? And then she was like, "Oh my fucking God, how are you in high school?"
Oh, well, I mean, I would expect that level of knowledge from a high schooler.
From a high schooler. If you see the picture of this
but
guy,
there's anatomy in high school,
big
right?
age.
I feel
Well,
that's true.
depends.
This guy could be in high school.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's an old ass dude.
Oh, there's an actual picture of him. That's right.
Yeah, there's a picture of this big
God
age
damn.
kind of guy. You know, he experienced life, but it's
he hasn't
crazy,
experienced
bro.
something.
No, he hasn't
You know what I
experienced
mean? You know-
a good life, I don't think.
And yeah, no one answered when he's knocking at the devil's door.
He's never gotten close
away.
enough to one.
No solicitation here, please. All right, last story. It's quite a lengthy one, and I think Sean will appreciate this and probably consider getting himself a pet of this kind. And this one is from r/money. First time ever doing that.
Interesting.
The title is "A Crow I've Been Feeding at a Park Near My Office Gave Me $5 Yesterday."
Damn. Crows are supposed to be
Sean's
pretty smart.
They are one of the smartest, yes.
Yeah.
I feel bad for another bird, but like pigeons. I saw like some tweet that made me very sad about pigeons.
Aw.
I like because I'm a little bitch. I teared up because it was like, imagine like breeding pigeons for centuries to be important people.
Carrier pigeons.
Yeah, carrier
Yeah.
pigeons to be
Yeah.
so important for years. And then in like the last century or so, they have no use. And they're like, damn, I feel fucking
Useless.
They're called rats with wings or whatever.
Yeah, they just get fucking shit on now. And I'm like, damn,
Crazy.
pigeons were, very important. And now everyone hates them. Oh, so sad.
I
Yeah.
don't hate them. I have no feelings towards pigeons, to be honest.
Sometimes
I
even
also
that's
don't
even
have
worse.
feelings towards that.
I guess. I just don't see them that often where I am.
I'm indifferent about them. They just keep shitting on my car every time I got a car wash and I get mad. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
What I'm saying is bring back pigeon mail. We gotta
I'm down.
slowly get away from technology, guys.
No, stop killing trees, you fucker.
Well,
can reuse.
let's not say technology is so great, right? I don't know. Aren't there?
I mean, there's like plants, like those powerhouse or fucking server places.
That don't do great for the environment. Yeah, it's pick your battle.
Let's go back to the Stone Age, baby.
That's what I'm
Let's go.
talking about.
Oh, God.
No, it's okay. I need Wi-Fi. I'm an addict. I
Yeah,
need
we
it.
truly
TikTok.
cannot do this without.
Fuck, no, absolutely not. Okay, so title: A crow I've been feeding at a park near my office gave me $5 yesterday, and it goes as this. People will probably call bullshit, but I honestly don't care because I'm still astonished this happened. Long story short, there's a crow that frequents this bench at a park next to my office building that I go to for lunch. I give it some walnuts that I bring in my packed lunch almost every day. He's a pretty chill bird and respects my space. And on days I don't give it walnuts, it respects my decision and just goes about its day. It's a pretty cool bird.
How do you know it's the same one?
That's a great
Maybe
question.
they're like conditioned and Pavloved into going to that same bench every time.
It's true.
They all kind of look the same. So
But,
it
I'm
could be
just
a
saying,
different
like,
bird.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
would have no. I have like so many squirrels that come through our backyard. There's no way I would know if it was the same squirrel I was feeding or not. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, since the first day I met, and this guy's gonna get a kick out of this because there's a continuation by Mary Gitz here. Honestly, since the first day I met Walter, I had a strong feeling this crow was exceptionally intelligent.
Great name.
Oh, man.
Great name. It's almost like they're invisible. Yesterday, during my lunch break, the same crow came to the bench and had a $5 bill in its beak. It waddled over to me and dropped it on my lap and looked me right in the eyes like, "It's for you."
Give him a walnut immediately.
Yeah.
The way Sean would be like, where your homies at.
Train that bird to
Yo.
take money from people.
Now I'm never giving you a walnut unless you give me $5.
You give me $5.
I give you one single walnut.
Brings back $1 bill. This is not what I asked for.
I cut off a fifth of the.
The wallet.
Right in front of
You
him.
evil man. My heart almost melted at how cute this gesture was. I gave it some extra nuts that day than I normally give as a thank you.
Smart.
Herd crows have the IQ of a 7/8 years old and are some of the smartest birds out there. But did I just discover an infinite money glitch? It's not like I can find where the hell this $5 came from. I mean, what am I going to do? Stand outside my office and says, who's missing $5? Typing this at the office, awaiting lunch today to see what happens. Can give an update with picture proof if it happens again today. And before someone asks, no, I did not take a picture from yesterday because admittedly, I was so in shock at in moment that I didn't even think to use my phone at all. I was just experiencing how surreal what happened was. We'll take one today if it happens again. And then they have a bunch of edits. They have 4 edits.
Whoa.
Quite short.
Didn't happen again.
Edit.
Didn't happen again.
Also, I do not condone people feeding wild animals. Unless they give you $5. Do not start going around feeding birds thinking they'll start giving you money because that's not how that works.
Late, brother.
The only thing I heard from this story.
This is probably just a one-time thing, but just felt the need to share this insanity that happened today. Also, Walter is probably just a very special crow, like a 1 in 10,000 crow. Edit 2. I am at the bench right now and it's been almost 20 minutes. He's never late. Is it possible Walter got hurt somehow trying to find more money? I'm genuinely concerned right now that he took a risk that did not pay off. I'll be here for another 10 minutes-ish. We'll keep you all updated. I'm admittedly a nervous wreck right now, though.
You killed Walter.
Bastards.
Also, payoff was a good pun in there. That
Wow, went
I realized
unnoticed.
Yeah.
I did go unnoticed. I even fucking missed that. Edit 3. If he doesn't show up tomorrow, I'm going to be depressed for a while about this one. I feel responsible for even encouraging such behavior at all. I should have done better by him. If he comes back tomorrow with money, I'm not giving him anything or taking the money. It's too risky what he probably has to do to get it, and no matter how smart he is about it. And then the final edit. Edit 4. Unfortunately, no sign of Walter today either.
Oh, God. A sad ending to this? No!
As others have pointed out, it actually turns out to be spring migration season for crows, so it's possible he's doing just fine but has relocated for this time of year.
I was going to say,
To edge you there for a little bit.
I feel birds move around a lot. I was not that worried.
Edge, an edge through fear?
Yes.
I like it.
Too much.
I probably overacted a bit, but hey, I've admittedly been getting quite attached to my little crow bro. I like that, crow bro.
Wow.
Maybe what he gave me was a going away gift. Not quite sure, but you never can be when it comes to getting inside the heads of highly intelligent animals. I've only had this position at current company for a few months now and intend to stay for at least the next few years before job hopping again. So when he comes back around, I'll make sure to do right by him. And that was the final edit for that.
So
Nice.
Wikimaniacs. Moral of the story is go train birds. After.
And then send it to us.
Oh yeah, migrate
Ooh.
down.
Send it to Sean. Have them migrate over to his house.
Yeah.
Drop all the $5 bills, and then he'll deposit that into our account, and then we'll split.
I'm
it
gonna go
even.
train Canadian geese after this because they're finally back, and those fuckers are vicious. They'll beat the money out of you.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like ducks and goose are very, not enough is talked about how violent they could be. They
Canadian
are
geese
vicious.
are scary, dude. They will hiss at you.
And they're big, aren't they?
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah,
they're
fuck.
they're taller than like an 8-year-old.
So we're gonna train like a gang of crows that speaks French.
It's a murder, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a murder.
so, yeah.
What?
Murder of crows.
It's a murder of crows. Yeah. So a gang of crows that speaks French that knocks on the devil's doorbells.
No, that's bestiality,
No,
John, and we are not for that.
We do not.
We do
No.
not. This is
No,
that
we
dark
missed-
humor John was talking about earlier. Huh? We do not
Someone-
condone.
It could make
someone write a fan fiction about
no, please
that.
don't.
Please,
Maybe
and then send it over to
Maybe
us.
if it's like Octa's Devil's Doorbell, then we could have some kind
Yeah.
of weird.
Or they could harvest the neckbeard hairs to make their nests.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
that too.
Yeah.
That's how they can make their nest.
Also, a group of neckbeards, someone commented, should be called an embarrassment of neckbeards.
Ooh, I like that.
Mm.
An
good one.
embarrassment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You murdered it with that that name. I like it. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna go to our Amazing Underbakke segment, and today
Ooh.
we have the returning Rate That Date.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So this newly featured segment is back, and if you're turning into Reddit on Wiki for the first time, the segment breakdown is fairly simple. Your host, which is me today, will read one to two dating stories before each providing a rating between 1 to 5. And the Amazing Underbakke kindly provided us a scoring system. So if it's a 1, that's a code red flag. The date is just bad, go home, not worth further pursuing, block, and hide. Rating 2, pretty bad, but there's a minuscule of hope for something positive to happen. 3, not too bad, maybe an awkward moment that could be laughed at, the date could be salvageable. 4, pretty memorable, mostly positive. And of course, the 5, best date ever. So we good on the ratings, right, guys?
Yeah.
Understood.
Perfect. All right, so date story number 1. And this is from a thread on r/askmen.
Oh God.
Where the OP asks, I know that I feel like sometimes that places a red flag.
Yeah.
Can be. It honestly
it can
can
be
just be
good.
people
It could
asking.
just be
There are
fine.
some good that I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
though, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think if there are good people in that subreddit steering people towards good answers, then it could
That would
a
be
good
great.
subreddit.
Yeah.
That would be great. Again, date story number 1 from a thread on r/askmen, where the OP asks, what is the worst first date you have ever been? What is the first worst? Oh my God, I can't read. What is the worst first date you have ever been on or seen? So, and then first comment, and this one is deleted by the user. They put, my friend was asked by a date, and they put, it was very early into the said date. Are you on your period? I have this strange talent where I can always smell when a girl is on her period. So she picked up her bag and left immediately.
1.
So on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate this?
1's the
date?
lowest, right?
Yeah. One's the lowest. What the?
Okay.
Why? Even if you had said skill, why
don't
announce?
say that
Yeah,
shit.
why announce that shit? Do you
That's just
do you not
insane.
hear yourself and be like, "That's pretty weird. That's a weird thing to say."
What's the outcome you hope out of that
what's the
conversation?
end game for that? Like, oh shit, I am on my period. Let's move on
Damn.
from this very strange
Fist bumps
comment.
you.
Yeah, I'm pretty good actually.
It's like, hell yeah, menstrual cycles.
Jesus.
Oh, shit. All right. Date story number 2. And it's from the same thread on r/askman. And this one is commented by Whittling Can Be Fatal. And they put, reading through the comments remind me of this. When I was a grad student, I was a regular at a cafe near my home. Down the street from the cafe were a few retail shops behind glass windows. I used to walk by them on the way to the cafe. One shop wasn't particularly busy, and as I walked by, I would always make eye contact with the girl who worked in the shop and give her a smile. One day, she came to the coffee shop. It was busy, so I invited her to sit with me. We talked a bit, exchanged names, and had a nice time for the 10 or 15 minutes we sat together. A few days later, she saw me walking by her shop, and she came out of the shop to give me her number. I called her that evening, and we talked on the phone for hours. I kept trying to get off the phone, but she was a great conversationalist and kept the conversation going. It was fun, and I don't think I had ever spent so much time on the phone. Before we finally hung up, we arranged to go on our first date. Friday night, and I picked her up at work. She was like 15 minutes late, which was no big deal, but she was really apologetic. On the way to the restaurant, I tried to make conversation, but she is monosyllabic. I don't know what that means. What is monosyllabic?
I have no idea. I can look it up for you.
Thank you, Josh.
Sure, while I'm reading. At the restaurant, The conversation was punctuated with long silences. After one of the silences, she suddenly blurts out, "I'm fat. I look like I'm pregnant." I was taken aback and didn't really know how to respond to this. I thought she looked great, but my only response was, "Why do you say that? It's totally not true." More silence ensued. The drive home was mostly silent, but met with another out of the blue moment. She said, "I don't think I could date someone who isn't close with their parents." And it sounded like an accusation. And I didn't know what to say to this. My parents and I are quite close, but I didn't want to sound defensive, so I let it go. When we got back to town, I asked where her home was to drop her off. She gave vague directions, then told me to pull into a convenience store. And at the convenience store, she got out and said she'd walk home from there. I continued to walk by the store she worked in every day, but never saw her there again. Some time later, the store closed, and I never saw or heard from her again. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate that date? 1 to me. That shit is
right?
awkward.
I mean, it ended poorly. It ended so badly that she closed her own shop to never see you again.
Yeah, I would say maybe 2. I could see it just maybe she's awkward in person and just, or maybe hasn't been on dates or whatever. The accusing you of not being close with your parents was bad.
Where'd that come from?
I could see it being just like not an accusation, like a statement.
Like a statement. Yeah.
And then, I mean, but also it all depends on the tone. The tone is everything on that one.
Yeah.
Sure. And then not wanting you to drop her off her house makes sense on a first date for sure.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's no
cool with
problem.
that.
Yeah.
So I say 2 because it's like, yeah, I mean, it didn't end up being anything anyway, but other than like, being quiet and stuff like that.
But I mean,
like,
I feel like, what was 2 technically? What was the rating system for a 2?
2 was pretty bad, but there's a minuscule hope for something positive to happen.
I think there is no positive hope, unfortunately. You know what I mean?
Initially they had a nice
the phone call
conversation.
was great.
Yeah.
The 15 minutes at the coffee shop was great.
It was great.
But those happened before the date.
The date.
And we're rating the date. The date
You're right.
seems like it was so negative.
1.
Her business went bankrupt to never see
I'm
you
being
again.
positive today,
Yeah.
Sean. The weather is beautiful,
That's
and
fair.
I'm
That's
saying
fair.
2. Okay.
Yeah, you can go 2.
Wait, so what is monosyllabic? What does
So
that
basically
mean?
means they use brief words to signify like reluctance to engage in like the conversation.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Maybe.
Monosyllabic. Yeah.
So
Oh, I wonder how they were able to talk like those hours on the phone.
some people honestly are just bad in person.
Yeah,
like,
some
it takes
people
a while.
That's true.
are like, like online personality versus like in-person personality.
For sure.
You could be
I've had
you
dates
could
like
have like a
this.
phone personality and then
Yeah. I've had dates like this where the person's like very, very talkative, like on the phone or texting, and then like you meet up and they're just like, it's like they freeze up or they're just not, I don't know.
Honestly,
You know what I mean?
like just people too, not even like in a romantic setting. Like, just be online friends, super pumped. And then, they're a little shy in
Awkward.
person. Yeah.
Yeah. Awkward in person. Yeah.
I'm so glad we weren't like that. We were like hella close off the bat. Immediately, Sean and I went to the couch. Fuck it, we're watching wrestling.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go.
Eating food, wrestling.
I said, I'm going to bed.
Coffee. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you also was
You were
up
up
for
like 14 hours or whatever.
16 hours. Yeah.
That's true.
I don't blame you. But that is it, Wikimaniacs. But before we end the episode today, any comments, Venmos, or crows you want to send our way, guys?
I did have a review here. All right. This one. Oh, yeah. I wanted to read this one because I thought Sean would enjoy it.
It might be the one that I was about to look up.
Is it from Maddie?
I didn't look up the name. I was going to.
Oh, okay. 5 stars, and it says, much love, heart. They say, hi, I've been listening to the show since about June, and I absolutely love it. And you all. I've had some trouble over the past few months trying to get my life back on track. In brackets, moved back to, home after my first year of college, now applying to my state university, which has put me into a bit of a depression again. But every time I get into that rut, I genuinely thought, quote, what would John, spelled Ghoghn,
Holy shit,
Josh, Zhaush, and Sean, spelled the normal way, say?
Spell it.
And it
Spell it.
Sean.
Yeah, there it is.
Sean.
Sean.
Just once. Just one time. She gave me the proper respect.
And it cheers me up instantly. You all are so amazingly kind to each other and your listeners, and I'm so glad I found your podcast. You've comforted me through some of the most difficult times in my life, and I couldn't be more grateful. Y'all being so open about your emotions and your own struggles helped me and so many others, and I wish there was a way to repay you. And in brackets, yes, I just Venmo'd.
Ooh, let's go.
Well, anyway, long live Jine. I adore your significant others and pets greatly, and I can't wait for what is to come with your show. Love y'all.
Thanks,
Spread Jine and the devil's doorbell.
Jesus.
So John and Josh.
Beautiful spelling.
Oh, God.
I thought Sean would like that. And the Venmo shout out.
Yeah.
Which is what again, Sean?
SEANSNTPOD. Again, that's SEANSNTPOD on Venmo. Feel free to air your grievances. Do you not like the goat sound, maybe? You wish we
played a bunch of times, Josh. Piss people off. Yeah, you like that? Pay us to remove it.
So aggressive, and I like it.
But that's the review I had for today. Obviously, it's the same one Sean had.
Yeah, that was the one I was going to read.
Oh, okay. Well, that is it for this week's episode. You know where to find us. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And if you really want to boost our content, comment whenever you can. So as a matter of fact, let's start that trend. Like at least for my episodes, every time we end an episode, let's do something that you can comment on our YouTube, so that way we can kind of boost our shit. So in honor of our Raven friends today, comment your best bird puns, people.
Oh, I like
see
that.
Sean mad.
I don't read them.
You this,
so
that's
feel
why.
free.
No, I will read those comments. Yo, Venmo them to Sean.
Don't.
But comment them on YouTube first.
Oh, yeah, right. We're trying to get the algorithm going.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm distracted.
This is the one time I say don't Venmo me. If you're going to fucking Venmo me puns, keep your money, actually.
Comment them on YouTube and then send it as a Venmo.
Oh, yeah.
You can just comment it. It's fine. Don't worry about it, guys.
Send it via
Sean is contractually obligated to read every single one of them.
I think that's the episode this week, guys. We'll see you guys on Friday, right?
Again, people, call out best bird puns. That'd be great. See you Friday. Bye.
Later.
Get therapy.